that we can be paid royalties. Did you know that if you come into the Kula Brands community and you decide not to do any one-time actions, not even one, you're never going to be paid a royalty in the history of ever. You'll never receive your piece of the pie. The only way you get a piece of the pie is to add a little value to the community, to our inventors, to our artists. Oh, I was waiting for them to start my slide presentation, but I'll go ahead. Don, I'll do that. I got this right here. Well, this doesn't do the animation. That's all right. Don't read the... You know what? This is the old one. I am so sorry. It's probably named the same thing. I just drag and dropped the new one that I built this morning. I did. I did, and I. So in my head, I set my alarm for 5 a.m. so I could get up and build you guys some slides in my head. But what happened is that my phone, we don't have an interface. From my head to the phone, there's no interface. So there was no alarm that went off on my phone this morning. So thank goodness I share a room with my mom, who had to get up at 7:30. I opened my eyes and went, oh, light. There's light outside. What time is it? All right. At 10 a.m., yeah. Oh, it is? All right, well, let's go for it. There's no animation in it. All right, that's all right. Thank you, Don. And it's on the hard drive, right? Okay. I must have pulled it all over without animation, but that's okay. We'll get through this. And what? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'll ask. Yeah. I was going to ask the community because the community knows everything. If I don't know something, I come to you. And I ask. And you can't imagine how much I learned from you guys. Seriously. All right. Oh, here we go. Now it's animated. Excellent. The value add in a point. All right. So what if you work for money instead of points? You go to a job, right? In that job, you add value. Can I get this on? This one in front of me? Thank you. You add value today and you get paid a set amount of money on a specified schedule. And that's a wonderful thing. If you have a job today, don't quit that job. Don't quit that job. Here at Kula Brands, you add value today and get paid a set amount of points for that value provided. At a job, when an employee can no longer provide value, the pay stops. Is that true? Does anybody have a job that if you were no longer able to walk into that job and provide value, do you have a job where you would continue to get paid? No. All right. At Kula Brands, when a member can no longer provide value, the points earned remain. You guys, you never lose a point or a partial point that you've earned in Kula Brands. You never lose it, ever, in the history of ever. The only way you will lose your points is if you raise your hand and say, oh my gosh, this is so confusing. I don't know what I'm doing. I need a refund. And you can only do that in the first, well, for all of you, it was your first 6 months. Anybody new, it's the first 4 months. Ask for a refund, all your points go away. Don't ask for a refund and just decide to take a break. Your points will stay forever and ever. Yeah, maybe knows. So without an income, the employee is left to figure out how to pay the bills. Ooh, there, thank you. How to pay the bills. And they learn a lot about stressing out about retirement, right? Without an income. In Kula Brands, with a continued royalty income on points earned forever and ever and ever, and that means for the life of the brand, the member focuses on where to vacation and who they can help next. Do you see the difference? All right. So the moral to the story, guys. Listen to your friend who's promoting Kula Brands, even while you have a job. Get your butt into a member seat, start earning points, add value to the community while you work. This is what you need to tell your friends. The moral of the story, if you were in Kula Brands, build your points now. Don't wait. Don't make me sing that song. I do love it. But don't wait, because you don't know what next week holds. You don't know what next month holds. You don't know what next year holds. But you know right now, today, and I'm talking to you on live, you know what you can do. Get out there and build your points, because you don't know what's about to happen. You don't know what can happen. We've seen it, you guys. Build your points now. And the other thing I want to talk to you about building your points now is this. It was right there. It's coming back. And no, we didn't. It was really good. All right, well, build your points now, because you don't know. Oh, I know, here it comes. Oh my gosh, that felt good. Did you see it actually enter the brain waves right there? Did you see it enter? I mean, I probably lit up like a candle up here. Woo, that was awesome. All right, so the other point about that is build your points now, because you don't know what happens tomorrow, but build your points now, because we don't have enough people to fill the pools. What does that mean? The value of your points for the brands we have today are gonna be huge when compared to when we have 100,000 people. You know why? Because it'll go up for crowdfunding, and if you aren't fast, like lickety-split, you're not going to get in that crowdfunding pool. Appreciate what you have today, you guys. You are the early adopters. You know what that means? That means you go through hell to get your points. Right? Has it been easy? Has it been just super fun every step of the way? Oh my gosh, this is the most amazing thing ever. I just wish my points would appear. You're early adopters. You get the experience of building a company from ground up. That means you go through the good times and you go through the bad times. There have been some bad times. There have been some times you've reached out to me and said, holy smokes, what am I doing? This is dumb, Deb. This is dumb. I did all this work, I'm not even getting paid. I got 2 cents on my royalties last quarter. What's that? Why am I working so hard, Deb? This doesn't make any sense to me. If you've asked yourself that question, congratulations, you're an early adopter. Appreciate it. Our inventors appreciate you. Our artists appreciate you. You are doing it, man. Just don't give up. All right, gathering points. I gotta go through the mechanics. Where do you find them? I gotta tell you, because some of you on live stream, you don't know where to go to get points. Some of you here might not know where to go to get points. So you've got the crowdfunding pool. You earn 1 point equivalent, max. When I say equivalent, it means some of you are a 1.1, some are a 1.4. I'll go over that in a minute. 1 point equivalent max. It's right here. For crowdfunding during the crowdfunding phase, you can't go out and yourself, you can't go out and get 10 points in a crowdfunding pool by pledging on the project. For that point you earn, you receive the value of the reward package you purchased and a portion of that pool's royalties for the life of the brand. You receive the value when you receive your product. You're an early adopter who did one little tiny thing but pledge on a project. Now you've got a product in your hand. You can gift it, you can use it, you can show it on a shelf. You can do whatever you want with it. You have received the value in your pledge already. When you start receiving royalties for that one-time action, that is friggin' gravy, you guys. That's all it is. It's gravy. That means you appreciate it now when you get it, and then you just roll in the royalties no matter how small, no matter how big they become. You roll in them, you get excited about it. If it's 7 cents, you jump for joy.
Yeah.
You do. Crowdfunding in the sales pool. This is different. What does this mean? Crowdfunding? We just crowdfunded. Now we're crowdfunding in the sales pool. What does that mean? An inventor or an artist has already come to Kula Brands. We've already crowdfunded for their project. That pool has opened and closed. Crowdfunding pool closes immediately at the end of the crowdfund. In the sales pool, it means we've had an inventor, an artist who comes to us and says, I've got this big thing going on right now. I need some cash flow. What do? We let you crowdfund in the sales pool. You get the specified points for each reward package. There's no limits. You can buy as many packages as you want. You can buy as many products as you want. You can do whatever you want. Think Christmas, think baby showers, think birthday parties, whatever it is. We are getting more and more and more products in our arsenal for you to use for everything. When you think you're going to go cruise on over to Walmart or you're going to go out to Amazon, think about Kula Brands first. What can you buy from yourself? Get smart, you guys. Build your points now. All right, for external crowdfunding, now see, this is different. For crowdfunding in the sales pool, sometimes we do it on an external crowdfunding site, Indiegogo or Kickstarter, right? Sometimes we do it internally. That's what I like to call the dolphin tank. It's in Kula Funded. So when it's on an external crowdfunding site, you can only pledge on it one time. You can only choose one package, just like in the crowdfunding pool, because those sites don't allow you to go out and pick package after package after package. Internally, though, you can buy as many packages as you want. You can buy one package 8 times. You can buy whatever you want to do. Think gifts. Who can you give them to? You're accumulating points. Think gifts. All right, you receive the value in the reward package you purchased when you receive it in your home to use and enjoy. That's where you jump. That's where you say, whoop, whoop, I got the value already out of this. I got the value. I don't need to do anything else, I got the value. Then when the royalties start coming in, you can cheer again, right? But remember always you got the value out of it when you received it. All right, Gap sales, they are on Shop Kula. You earn the points associated with the product. It says PV under the product. You can see what everything out there, how many points is associated with each thing that you purchase. You also receive right now commissions on that, you guys, and they're pretty generous commissions on Shop Kula. So you can go out there and you can buy those and use and enjoy those. You can give them as gifts, right? Always be thinking about who you can give our products to. The more products, Kula Brands products that you can get into outside of Kula Brands people's hands, your friends outside of Kula, the more brand awareness you're doing, right? You're letting people see what we have. It's important. All right, we're still gathering points on other sales channels. So now we have trade shows. We have retail stores. We have fundraisers. So many ways that you can earn points, earn commissions, right now money, right? You just gotta step into it. Whatever you wanna do, step into it, enjoy it, love it. And for all of you who are doing those things currently, I just wanna say thank you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, and then we've got the branding pool. So you earn points by using the branding app, right? That utilizes the Chrome tool. Do not let yourself go sideways because you don't understand Chrome tool. What's that? Chrome tool. Don't let yourself go sideways, you guys. This stuff is super, super simple. And you have lots of people in the community who will help you if you don't understand how to use something like that. I also do trainings on that. You guys, I I don't just go to my computer. Here's me. You guys, if you know me, you know that when I'm earning points, you're all seeing it. I don't like to go through a process and do something if I'm not showing somebody how to do it. So if you think I go live too much in the community, it's only because, hey, Deb's finally working on her own points. And I want to make sure everybody knows how to do it. So the branding up with the Chrome tool, super, super simple, you guys. And it continues to be simpler and simpler. They continue to make changes in the background. It's fun. Every time I go on to do a training, I learn something new with all of you, and I love it. All right, you can earn points for doing Facebook Lives. When those offers are available, you can do a Facebook Live and get a point in that branding pool, which is pretty incredible. And you can earn points for self-reporting purchases when available. And I heard Dawn say yesterday that somewhere in our new back office, you're just going to be able to see right now when there's something you can go to Walmart.com and purchase. And for that purchase, you're going to earn a point. That information is going to be right there in your back office. I know, right? Right? Very exciting. All right. Learn to gather points. Stand up in the room if you've been on one of my, not a replay, but if you've been on one of my live trainings on a Saturday morning or on a Tuesday afternoon. All right, there you go. I just want to say I appreciate all of you. I know you can't be on all of them unless you're Justin. Thank you, Justin. Or unless you're Jason Carter. There for a while, man, I could always find him in the Zoom room with me. I'd be alone in the Zoom room, and then there was Jason. So I appreciate all of you. It's really important, right? My trainings are always right now, today. I don't train about stuff that you could have got last month, because that doesn't make any sense, right? So my trainings are very current, what you can do right now to earn some points in pools. All right, thank you for everybody who comes to my training. And you know what, the replays are always there. I appreciate all of you who go to the replays and tag your influence. Let them know that the training exists, right? So Saturday mornings at 9 a.m., new member and re-engagement training. What does that mean? That means a lot of people came into Kula and didn't know how to Kula. They're not new members, but my trainings pertain to them too. If they've never done anything, if they don't remember how to do stuff, tell people that I'm there. Help them find me. Dawn is working on the calendaring, and it's also going to be on your app, you guys. We've got that nice little calendar there that doesn't show anything on it now. Yeah, and it's coming, and that's part of the back office, all the stuff. So I promise you. Yeah, absolutely. He asked about the calendar in the back office. It doesn't show a lot of information right now, but that is being beefed up, I promise. Tuesdays at noon, I do a Kula mini session. If you ask Corey, that's supposed to be about 8 to 10 minutes long. Every time I come off of a Kula mini session, I hear from Corey that, holy cow, seriously, 40 minutes, Dad? That's a mini session? So I'm just going to tell you right now that my Kula mini sessions will be anywhere from 20 to 60 minutes. I don't miss a beat. You can find the replays in the This Week in Kula post each week in the community. I promise I will do better, you guys. The last few weeks I have let you down on that thread. Whew. I don't know, some of you might see our call on Thursday starts at 5:45, and you might see at 5:44, I'm adding what we're going to be talking about on that call in the This Week in Kula thread. I'll do better. I gotta get better at that. All right, the value add in your point. We already talked about value add in a point. What about in your point? Once you've earned a point or a partial point in a brand, continue to add value to that point through social media. It is silly, you guys. You go out and you crowdfund on something and you walk away from the brand and you never think about it again until you're wondering, where is it? Where's my product? Where's my product? That's the person that then wonders, how come my royalties only 7 cents? I crowdfunded. I haven't even thought about the brand. I don't know what that brand's doing. They have a Facebook name? What? Okay. You got to follow the inventor on their Facebook page. You got to follow them on Instagram. You got to follow them on Twitter. If you crowdfunded, it means in your brain somewhere you thought, you know what? I would love to earn royalties on a product like that. I can stand behind a product like that. What's the requirement? The requirement is to pledge and do one post on Facebook. That's the requirement. That means the point that you earned for that crowdfunding that you just did is going to be right here. Okay? Everybody's going to have it right here. If you want the value of your point to increase, follow the inventor. Dance on their content. Follow them. Share something. Guys, you don't even have to share it to your own wall or to your fan page all the time, right? Just go find some content on their page that you appreciate, like it, love it. I always say, if the feelings you have when you're looking at this post take you to the right of those emojis, over to where it's crying or where it's angry, walk away from that brand. Walk away from that post. Walk away from that Facebook page, Twitter, whatever it is. If your feelings about the brand are less than loving, there is absolutely 0 sense in you putting anything on that post. But Deb, I didn't get my product. I didn't get my product. So of course I'm going to go to the Facebook page on public social media, and of course I'm going to ask them right there for the whole world to see that I didn't get my product. Or no, this one's even better. This one makes the most sense. Something happened and it's not working quite the way I expected. This product that I purchased not working quite right. I better go out to their fan page and I better tell everybody that it didn't work. Now, I have a point in the crowdfunding pool because I pledged on it. I said I wanted to stand behind the brand, but it didn't work for me. Didn't work for me. By going out to their public page anywhere, and I'm talking Facebook, I'm talking Twitter, I'm talking Instagram, you going out on their Facebook page to let them know that something didn't work publicly, that's all about you. But guess who else it's all about? Every single other person in the community. Every person. Please, you guys, please. If you're having a personal issue with something not working, inside of our community, we're closed. If you're not a community member, they don't see it. That's one place that you can ask your question. But a better place is to send a ticket into support. This is between you and the inventor or the brand. This is not between you and the community. This is not between you and the public. It's one thing to hurt yourself. It's one thing to stand up and decide, you know what, I'm just gonna take this right here and I'm just gonna jab it on my head a little bit because I'm mad. That's one thing. But when you take this and you start jabbing the rest of the community, what are you doing? And sometimes maybe we're just not thinking clearly in the moment, but please, I just ask everybody to take a breath, let it out, and decide what would be the best way for the community as a whole for me to handle this situation. All right. So go out there, dance on their Facebook page, dance on their Twitter, dance on their Instagram, dance on their YouTube, on their Spotify, everywhere you can find that inventor, that artist, whatever, go dance on their content. It doesn't mean you have to share it to your wall every time. Dance on their content. Be out there, comment on it, engage. All right, use your products. Use them in public.
Thank you, Morgan. When you were on stage talking, I was building my slideshow presentation, and I thought, in public, that's right, use your products at home, but man, take your Ride bottle out in public, put your Scarfie on, use your cord. I have a little teeny tiny purse, and I have a great big long cord, and it is always dangling out the purse. I do that on purpose. I want people to see it. All right, connect directly with the inventor if you want to. They do rock. Connect directly. Peter talked about how to connect with them. That's important. You know, the timer is not on anymore, so I don't know if, I'm pretty sure I have the rest of the day. All right, good. All right, when you see an inventor or artist, when you see them and they've posted something on Facebook and they pull it into the community because they're looking for somebody to go dance on their post, please, please, please click on it so that it takes you out to their page. Because if you put it they put something in there, hey guys, this is happening, and you go on there in the community and you say, oh my gosh, that's so exciting, I love this brand, I use it all the time. That's awesome, because the rest of the community members now know that you love the brand and use it all the time. But did that help us build the brand? No, because we already love them. So click on it until it takes you outside of Kula Brands and drip on it out there. Dance away out there. That one, for some reason, we tend to get a little bit confused on. That's all right. All right, the value of a point. Everyone asks, how much is a point worth? How much is a point? Show of hands, when you're telling somebody about Kula Brands and you tell them that there are royalty points involved and you're paid on those points, how many people have had the question, how much is a point worth? Everybody, right? How many, and you don't have to show your hand if you don't want to, but at some point did you wish, gosh, I wish it'd be so much easier if a point was just worth something, like I could say, a point is worth $10. Anybody ever think that? Let's talk about why that kind of doesn't make any sense. This is the part of this model that I think is probably the most brilliant part of the model. There's like 18,000 things that are the most brilliant part about this model, but this one I kind of like best. So, how much is a point worth? Let's say Doug and Peter weren't really thinking about this when they started the company, and they said, you know what, that's easy, a point in the crowdfunding pool is worth $10. Right? And we're excited, $10. All right, so $10. So let's think about, now we have experience, right? We've been at this for 3.5 years. So now we have experience, and we know that it takes a little while before the brand starts to pay royalties, right? We have to get it out there. All right, so time goes by. We've got this many points, each point is worth $10, but we don't have enough to pay it yet, so we can't pay it, right? So a year goes by, 2 years go, 3, 5, 10 years start to go by, and maybe this brand can't pay $10 per point with all the points that are in the pool. Can't even pay it. So now all that time has gone by, and you haven't earned your 72 cents, your 97 cents, your $2.50. Next quarter for $3.12. Next quarter, maybe it was $1.92 because someone forgot to dance on a post. Think about that. You accumulate everything you earn accumulates. It keeps coming. You don't have to wait for something to be worth $10 a point. You don't have to wait. Add all that up over time. How long did it take you to get to that $10 when every quarter you're getting royalties on that brand? Now, this is the most important part. What happens if? Those are all of our brands. We got a lot of eggs. We gather eggs all the time, right? Now we've got the unicorn company that turns golden. Doesn't even have to be a unicorn company that turns golden, guys. We'll turn golden when our brands are making $100 million a year, right? $50 million a year, $20 million. They're going to turn to gold. So what happens now? You've got that unicorn company, and whoop, you got your $10 a point coming in. Oh my goodness, who's excited about your $10 a point now? Yeah? I don't do numbers. So, Peter will tell you that $10 point that you agreed to, that you were so excited about, just so you could tell somebody and help them understand what we do, you really missed the boat. Brilliant, brilliant. All right, here's where we speed up your point value. Remember I told you can only ever get 1 point equivalent in the crowdfunding pool? Remember when I told you that? I have lots of points in crowdfunding pools. Lots. In the same brand. How did I do it? Influencing, but I forgot I changed up my slides a little bit. Well, actually, I built them this morning. So we're going to start with the comp plan. 50 personal points in your back office. 50 personal points. That doesn't mean anything that anybody else is accumulated for you. But if you have 50 personal points, and it doesn't matter what pools you have them in, you can go from earning 1 point for everything you do to 1.1 points for everything you do. Guys, this part is not automated. Please go in and look at your points. I looked at my mom's last week and was mortified that I hadn't looked at her points, because she now earns, Mom, you got a 10% increase in pay last week. Check your points. 10%. 1.1 for everything you do. If you go in and you look at your points and you add them all up and you see that you are at a 1, or that you have 50 personal points, please send a ticket to Kula Brands. They're probably going to hand it over to my Sharona, because she's amazing like that. When you turn on that ticket, please map it out. I have 25 points in crowdfunding. I have 18 points in sales and marketing. I have whatever it is. Let her know the point breakdown for you, your personal points only, and she'll make sure they get it to software to increase your, what do they call that? Your code. Your code. Class code. Who was that? Oh, Sharon. I was going to give you a ticket. How did you know that? All right. 250 personal points is going to give you another 10% increase in your royalty payments. 1.2 you become. Who in the room can tell me, oh good, I'm so glad Sharon is here. Who in the room can tell me how many points you need to get that next 10% to a 1.3? Aaron? 500. Is that right, Sharona? Is Doug in the room? Richard knows. I think it is 500. It's either 500 or 750. Doug! Peter! Peter! And it's okay if you don't know, because maybe you haven't been to my class. Am I good? You guys like that? This is how I work it. How many personal points would you have to have accrued to get to be a 1.3? It's 50 for a 1.1. It's 250 for a 1.2, and it's either 750 or 500. I don't know. It's been 3.5 years, so we gotta cut the man a break.
I can look it up. I'll look it up on my computer.
Are you looking it up, Doug?
No, I will. I'll look it up.
All right, all right. So you can get yourself to a 1.3. I'm pretty sure it's 750. You know, do y'all know it's in the membership agreement? So now let me ask, how many of you have read the membership agreement? But it's been a while, right? Okay. Excellent. All right, and then, how come I'm not clicking anymore? Oh, I'll do.
Yes, it's me. Yeah.
Okay, so then you can get up to a 1.4 as well. So this is what happens when you build your slides while Peter's talking and you want to listen to what Peter's saying. You don't have time to look the stuff up. That's right. But we will get that. Now here's my favorite part, you guys. Oh my gosh. Here's how you can build your points. Influence people. Help build our community. You've heard it over and over and over again. We don't have enough people. Take advantage of that. Early adopters get to take advantage of that. At some point, they're going to close the doors, and you're not going to be able to take advantage of that piece of the comp plan. You guys have so much right here at your fingertips that you can do, that you can be a part of, that other people aren't going to get to have access to. So please, appreciate, be grateful, and take advantage. So, help build our community. I need 5 volunteers on the stage with me. Nobody break your leg to get here. Please walk calmly to the stage. Oh. All right, I actually need this many. This is perfect. Come on, come on. All right. So here we have Steve. Steve, stand right there. Steve came in, he is so excited about Cooler Brands, and he said what most of us did, which was, I'll join, but I'm not going to tell anyone. Peter said, I don't have to influence, I don't have to recruit in this. You don't have to recruit to earn money. No, you sure don't. And you will earn those royalties. It's going to take you a lot longer to do it if you don't influence. It's a true story, you guys. My mom hasn't influenced anybody into the community. Thanks, Mom. And she has got a nice little paycheck rolling up in her back office there. And it's looking pretty good, and it only is going to increase and increase and increase as she continues to do what she does. All right, Steve, he came into the community, he got really excited about the community, but holy smokes, not going to tell anyone about it. He got his crowdfunding point, that's awesome. Steve now has 1 point in the crowdfunding pool. And then we had Frank. Frank came into the community and he said, you know what? I love this community. Here's my crowdfunding point, that's awesome. But I need to tell David. I better tell David about it. So Frank tells David. David loves the brand that they're crowdfunding on right now. David got his crowdfunding point. Sorry, Frank got his crowdfunding point. David came in and crowdfunded too. David got his crowdfunding point. Guess what Frank got? 0.4 additional crowdfunding points. 0.4, that's 40% over what he could have made if he just did it by himself. Okay? And then Frank says, hey, Gregory, you gotta hear about this thing. This is incredible. And you got like 3 seconds to get a pledge in, and you can be a part of this crowdfunding pool. And so Gregory's freaking out, trying to figure out how to do it, right? And then the time passes, it actually closes, and Gregory's like, oh man, I missed it. And Frank's like, oh, you really wanted it. And so we get on the phone with support, and we say, hey, you know what? Gregory missed it by like 30 seconds. Can we help this? Can we help him get in? And guess what happens? He gets in. You guys, nobody gets left behind in Cooler Brands, ever. If something happens, I want you to send a ticket into support. Does this mean that every single time you're just gonna be, there's gonna be rainbows and butterflies for you personally? No. But if something seriously happens, I want you to send a ticket in, explain what happened, and we're gonna get that worked out, okay? All right, so now, here's Steve. Steve's over here excited. He's like, holy crap! Can you imagine this company? They're doing this with the royalties, and I'm in the crowdfunding pool. I've got my point. And here's Frank, and he's like, I got 1.8. I almost have 2 points in the crowdfunding pool. But it doesn't stop there. Now this can happen to all of these guys. They can be bringing people in, bringing people in, bringing people in. So now Frank, I'm just going to keep it with one person influencing, doing a lot of influencing right now. So Frank says, matey, oh my gosh, matey, holy smokes. You know what? The crowdfunding pool is done, but we're branding. We're doing some branding. So matey is part of Frank's group. Matey goes out and she does some branding. She does a live. She gets on a stage by herself with a microphone in her hand. She loves it. And she asks somebody to record her and she goes live. No, it's not that intense, you guys. She does some branding. Every point she earns, every partial point she earns, every single action she takes, she gets 100% of the value of the point that she earned. She gets 100% of the value, whatever it was worth, and Frank gets 40% of the value of her point every single time. And then he says, Aaron, oh my gosh, Aaron, holy smokes, there's this thing. You can crowdfund on it for sales points. They're doing another crowdfund. You can just go in and do that. Aaron says, holy smokes, I love that product. And she decides to do all of her Christmas shopping. In fact, she looks around Shopkula and she says, look at all this stuff, holy smokes. She does all of her Christmas shopping through there. Erin earns 100% of everything she does. 100% of all the points that were associated with it. 100%. Frank? Frank is over there. He doesn't even realize some of this stuff is on Shopkula yet. And the next thing you know, he has his app on his phone and he starts seeing all of these points coming through. 40% of everything Erin does. 40% of the points she earns 100% of her own points. 40% additional bonus points are heading on over to Frank. That's incredible. Frank, who brought you in? So what I've just done is I've shown you Steve's life in Cooler Britons. That's hilarious. All right, so Frank is continuing. So what I didn't mention is Steve, actually, let's change the story up a bit. So it was actually Fontana who just got into the crowdfunding point and didn't do anything else. I gotta tell you a story about Fontana no, I don't, because I'm out of time. Anyway, so Steve, he's earned an additional 10% on everything that Frank has done, all of his one-time actions, every single last one of them. He's earned an extra 10% on everybody I mentioned here. 10% additional points are going to Steve on all of those activities, every single one of them we saw. Steve has what's your influencer's name? Les Krieger. Les Krieger. Now here's a really good example. Les Krieger. How many people are having daily conversations with Les Krieger? Is he going to be on the live? Do you think he's on the live? Okay, because of what you do, but anyway, hey Les. So Les is a very busy man outside of Cooler Brands. You probably have never maybe heard of Les Krieger. So here's Les Krieger. He's not super active, probably, right? But he found Steve, right? Smart man. So if he has the app on his phone by chance, he's watching it ding, 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 every single day, right? Incredible. So this is the power of influencing, you guys. We have an incredible compensation plan when it comes to influencing, and I encourage everybody to help build the community. From a heart space, it's a gift that you're giving to somebody. Have you seen anywhere in these 3 days of presentations where you feel like you're being taken advantage of? Then why are we not sharing with the people that we know, with our friends and family? And I bet half of you are saying, I do share, but they want $10 a point. So it's true, we need to do a better job of sharing the message with you all, and a message that you can share with your friends and family and the people, your connections, and we promise, we're working on it. We're working very hard on it. I do want to tell real quick about Fontana. So Fontana, you guys, she's been in since the beginning. She's amazing. And do you all remember when we had that, the People Store? Is that what it's called?
The People Store.
Oh, look at that. It's called the People Store. We the People. So they, one of our brands got into their store, right? They opened some stores. Hugaboo got into their store. So Fontana, she says, hey, that's pretty close to me. I'm going to get in the car and I'm going to drive over there and I'm going to go check it out. So Fontana, being Fontana, doesn't just go in and check out our brands that are sitting in that store. First of all, you learn Shiver Shield. No, Sightsaver was also there. She saw Sightsaver. She's like, oh, I know that brand too, and I know that brand too. Well, what did she do? She went live. She did a Facebook Live from there, showing everybody what the store was all about. And then she connected with the store owner and told them about Kula Brands. They were carrying 2 of our brands. She told them about Kula Brands. They came in. They signed up for Kula Brands. They love our model. They've opened a store now in Singapore, right? They've got several stores.
Yeah, they got a lot of stores, yeah. Yeah, they got quite a few.
So, what would have happened if Fontana would have saw that? So I'm within driving distance, but I don't want to go over there. Or what happens if she walks in just to see, but she doesn't open her mouth and say anything? Fontana single-handedly brought in what I think is going to be a huge, huge opportunity inside of Kula Brands. Right? She can't keep her mouth shut about Kula Brands. That's awesome. All right, I have a ticket. I don't have enough tickets, but I think I have a ticket for everybody on stage. Rip one off, and then if I don't, then we'll find somebody else to give a ticket. Thank you, everybody. You guys go out there and get your points.
I got some numbers for you.
Oh, we got the numbers.
All right. So to become a 1.1 is 50 points, personal only.
I told them that.
Wow, you're on it.
Oh, I'm all over it.
Okay, 250 points, personal and indirect, for 1.2. 700.
Wait. So everything after the first one is personal and indirect?
That's what it says, Deb.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, that's what it says. So,
Right.
you know what that means?
That means a lot of people are going to be sending tickets in to support.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so then the 1.3 is 750 points.
Personal and indirect?
That's what it says. So it's 40% direct, 60% personal, 40% direct. On the 1.2, it is 70% personal, 30%. 70% personal points, 30% indirect. It would be then, and then the 2,500 for 1.4. And that is a 50-50 deal.
50-50 deal. All right, if you are on live stream, please do go in and do the math. I'm not going to be able to help you with that, but what I can help you with is directing you to support. You can just fill out a ticket and let them know what your point values are. If you believe that you are in those categories, please do that. You guys, everything you do, you might be able to earn a 1.2 now, right? Instead of just a 1 point or 1.1. It's really important, and it's not automated yet.
True.
Oh, true. I will make no claims to what's going to be automated and what's not, because that's not my department. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I love you to the moon and back. Can't wait to see you on the next training.